While filling up her car, the girl suddenly noticed a guy charging toward her in an eerie stance. Before she could react, he tackled her to the ground, instantly cutting off her breath. A passerby tried to intervene, but he was no match for the man. The girl scrambled under her car for cover, only for the man to crawl under after her. To survive, she dashed into a convenience store, but the man showed no intention of letting it go. Like a ninja, he burst through the door. As if driven by a personal vendetta, the woman fled for her life, only to find the back door locked tight. Where could she possibly escape to? Fortunately, a man appeared just in time. Seizing the moment, the woman scrambled into her car, but the man caught up quickly, smashing the window with a single punch. In the nick of time, she started the car, barely escaping with her life. Even then, the man refused to let her go, reaching out with both hands to grab her from behind. The next second, an accident happened. But why was this woman being hunted down? The story began a few days earlier. On a quiet morning, Julie, a teacher, went about her routine as usual. Only one student, Alex, showed up, because at 2:17 a.m. previous night, all 17 students in her class had risen simultaneously. They emerged in an eerie formation, as if driven by a shared purpose, dashing relentlessly in the same direction. They ran until they vanished from the surveillance feed, disappearing without a trace. Police scoured every corner of the town but found nothing. As the teacher of that class, Julie was the first person the police sought out. They suspected she was responsible, but Julie looked utterly innocent, because she truly knew nothing. And precisely because of this, Julie became a pariah, frequently receiving abusive calls from parents. Even her car was vandalized with spray paint. To clear her name, Julie resolved to investigate personally. She went to Alex's house hoping to find clues, but upon arriving, she found the front door locked tight, as if no one lived there at all. Feeling puzzled, Julie peered inside. She was instantly startled by what she saw. Alex's parents sat rigidly on the sofa, motionless, as if possessed. To gather clues, Julie quickly sought out her ex-boyfriend. Since he was a police officer, she hoped he could assist her, but because they had broken up, he didn't want any trouble. Julie had no choice but to investigate secretly. Soon, however, she fell into a weary sleep, unbeknownst to her. After she fell asleep, the door to Alex's house slowly opened. Alex's mother emerged holding scissors. She didn't intend to harm Julie, but instead climbed into the backseat of the car and cut off a lock of her hair. Julie remained completely unaware. The next day, Julie arrived at a gas station when a parent approached her. Since his child had run away, he'd been checking nearby neighbors' surveillance footage and reached a startling conclusion. The children all ran toward the same location after vanishing. The parent shared this clue with Julie, hoping she could help find a solution. But unexpectedly, at that very moment, the creature suddenly charged toward her, and this person was no stranger to Julie. It was the highly respected principal of the school. But why had the principal become this monster? It turned out that just the day before, a woman with bright red hair had approached the principal. She claimed to be Alex's nanny and wanted to learn more about the boy. The principal insisted only the parents could discuss such matters. At first, the principal paid little attention to the incident, but the next day, during the weekend break, the lady came to visit the principal. Out of kindness, the principal invited her inside for a drink of water. The woman insisted on drinking from a bowl. Before the principal could react, she produced a strange object, slashed her own palm, and plunged it into the water. The principal's friend, convinced she was insane, shoved her out the door. But in the next instant, the woman seized his hair and wrapped it around a branch. Terrified, the principal dialed 911. The woman suddenly produced a bell. The next moment, the principal seemed possessed, his body moving uncontrollably, while his friend stood frozen in shock. The woman tied his hair to the strange object. As she snapped it off, the principal threw his friend to the ground and killed him. Seeing his friend lifeless, the woman finally retrieved the hair with satisfaction. She then wrapped Julie's hair around it. Clearly, this was a terrifying form of witchcraft. Next, Julie became the target. The witch assumed Julie would die, but though the spell was sinister, the possessed person's intelligence was gone. While chasing Julie, the principal was struck and killed by a car after running a red light.